Oh, you're totally.
Okay. Well, first, good morning. Secondly, would you mind introducing yourself for people that don't know you?
Yes, of course. I am Hannah Eckstein at High School, and I am the executive president of Campus LoSA.
How crazy has it been for you since you found out there was a pandemic, and how have you been adjusting to the craziness?
So when I first had everything get canceled for me, we were preparing for my home speech and debate tournament. It was a very stressful week in general, and then all of a sudden it was all gone. And for me, it was very emotional because I felt like it was, it was my season. I was in the middle of everything going on. The spring, as we all know, is very busy, very exciting, and all of a sudden it just disappeared. And that took a really extreme emotional toll on me. But what I had to do was just really center in on myself with my family as we were put into quarantine and isolation. And I found new hobbies that I enjoy. For example, now every day I get minimally 10,000 steps to focus in on myself, help my mental health, and stay physically healthy. And that's how I kind of was able to get over that by just really focusing on me and what I need to do to improve myself, as well as growing with my family.
That's awesome.
What's the biggest change you've experienced personally from the coronavirus?
The biggest change that I have faced personally with this pandemic is probably just readjusting to this new academic world that we live in. So you guys are all high school students as well, and you know that the classroom experience is so different now. And when we look into extracurricular activities like sports, clubs, and organizations, it gets even more scary. And so as a president of multiple clubs and a president previously at the state level and still working at the state level, it's been very difficult for me to kind of readjust and replan everything else I was ready to do this year. And so I think that has been the biggest challenge for me.
What made you interested in the prevention and control of health diseases and wanting to work for the CDC?
I am interested in that, and I became interested in this before this pandemic, though obviously public health has become more important and we really put that in everyone's sights now. But I've always been interested in this because I want to make the world a better place, put simply. And while cures are great, prevention is the first step to making this world better. And that's what the CDC does. It's the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And that is what I want to focus on and why I want to work there so that I can prevent these pandemics from ever happening in the first place. And I'm trying to take all of this as a learning experience. Think about if we would have had masks on sooner, if we would have realized exactly how this disease is spreading sooner, if that prevention could have occurred earlier, we would have saved hundreds of or thousands in Latin America and around the world.
Do you think that working for the CDC in the future will look different after COVID-19? And if so, how do you think it will?
I think that working at the CDC will definitely look very different after this because we haven't in modern history had a pandemic at this level. Really, the only thing that we could kind of relate it to is the Ebola epidemic in Africa, but other than that, it's really never been this huge. And so what I'm thinking now, if we're going to look at more federal outreach when it comes to disease control and prevention, obviously the CDC already exists, but there's probably going to be more of an emphasis on what we can do to stop this from ever happening. Because there's new strains as we're finding out COVID, and there's going to be other diseases that will be new or be showing up from the past. And so I think the CDC is going to put more of an emphasis on preventing this in the future.
Yeah.
Lastly, what's one piece of advice you would give to anyone that feels uninformed?
Uninformed, what piece of advice? Oh, okay. I am a big advocate for education, especially when it comes to healthcare and the health sciences. And for those who are out there feeling uninformed or lost or really not knowing what's going on, I strongly encourage them to look to the sources that they know are truthful. Sadly, in this day and age, not all the news is true, and we have to really focus on that fact check. Turn to places like the Mayo Clinic, turn to the CDC, turn to the NIH, and hear those voices of scientists and doctors and health who will give you the truth about this virus and hopefully give you a clear picture. And as someone who feels like they know quite a bit about this pandemic, I can see that we are going to get to a future where we are going to be more healthy, where we are going to get past this and learn from this experience. So just educate yourself from the sources that you know are true and look towards the future with a hopeful eye.
Like, while you're being informed about this stuff, have you ever felt yourself like need to take a step away from like social media?
Do I personally have to?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Frequently. It's sometimes very difficult to be almost hit over and over again with all of this sadness, all of this horrible stuff that's happening in 2020. And really for mental health, because that is such an important of healthcare overall, you need to sometimes take a step back from those screens and realize that, hey, this is where I need to be right now in myself. I don't need to be on technology. I just need to remember why I'm here, what my purpose is, and move forward from there with a better outlook on the world. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay,
Yeah.
Before we get done with this, can you guys please like tell me your names to introduce yourselves? I want to just like kind of get to know you guys too,
Oh,
if
yeah,
that's
sure.
okay.
You want to start with Michael?
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm in this class.
I'm Hannah. I'm Emma.
Oh, same.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Sophia.
I'm the other Sophia. Yeah.
I'm Tristan.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so cool what you're doing. I've been checking out your content and this is awesome. What you guys are doing is so amazing and cool. And if there's anything that I can do other than this to help you guys promote your content or anything like that, please just let me know, because really I love your stories every day on Instagram. They're just so like, you know, they're exactly what we need
Aw.
during this time.
Well,
They're
you're
exactly
what
what
we
people need to remember, and I find it so inspiring.
Yeah, we wanted to interview you because I remember we were watching you in the virtual fall leadership conference, and we're like, that's so cool. She wants to be a part of the CDC.
Yeah, it's the dream, you know. We'll see how it goes. All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing and wonderful day. Keep doing amazing and inspiring things also, because it's so great.
You too.
Bye-bye.